What if I told you the reason you are tired might not be because you are lazy? It might be because you have been strong for too long. You have been carrying pressure, carrying responsibilities, carrying stress, and now your mind and body are saying one thing enough. That's called burnout. So it's Monday morning, like your alarm rings, you open your eyes, and before you can like feet even touch the floor, you already feel tired. Not sleepy, not sick, just tired. The kind of tired that sleep doesn't fix. The kind of tired that follows you everywhere. You check your phone, you see messages, you don't want to reply, you think about work, but you don't want to go. You think about studying, but you don't want to start studying. You think about things you once loved, and somehow even those things also doesn't excite you anymore. If you ever felt like this, you might have experienced something called burnout, and that's what I learned today. Most people think burnout means being tired, but burnout is much more than that. Burnout is physical exhaustion, mental exhaustion, and also emotional exhaustion, all happening at the same time. It's what happens when stress becomes a permanent guest in your life. Not for one day, not for one week, but for months, even sometimes years. Here's something most people don't realize. Burnout doesn't happen overnight. Nobody wakes up in the morning completely and burned out. It happens slowly, very slowly. At first, you are motivated, then you are busy, then you are stressed, then you are overwhelmed, then you are exhausted, and finally, you stop caring. That's burnout. Imagine a candle. The candle burns brightly, it gives light. Everything looks fine, but slowly the wax disappears. Eventually, there is nothing left. Burnout works exactly the same way. From the outside, people they see you functioning, going to work, attending classes, posting on social media, smiling, but inside you are running out of energy and nobody notices it. Not even you. Let me tell you a story. Imagine a young software engineer. He wants to build a successful career. So he starts working harder, like long hours, extra projects, late nights, weekend work. And at first, it feels amazing. Managers appreciate him, results improve. He got good hikes, he got good promotion. Everything looks great. But months pass. Then 1 year passes. Like now, something changes. He starts forgetting things. Small tasks feel difficult. Meetings become exhausting. Even getting out of bed feels like work. He tells himself, I just need to push harder. But that's the problem. He already pushed too hard. His body isn't asking for more effort, it's asking for recovery. And here is the scariest part. Many people confuse burnout with laziness. When you are burned out, you don't feel motivated, you don't feel excited, you don't feel productive, so people assume they are lazy. But imagine running a marathon. After 40 kilometers, would anyone call you lazy because you are tired? Of course not. You are exhausted because you have been working hard. The same thing happens to your mind. Mental exhaustion is real. Scientists have found that chronic stress changes how the brain functions. The part of your brain responsible for focus and decision making becomes very less effective. Memory gets worse, concentration drops, you become more emotional. Some problems start feeling huge. That's why burned out people often feel overwhelmed by simple things. Not because they are weak, because their mind is overloaded. Think about a laptop. Open 5 programs. Everything works fine. Only open 50 programs. The laptop slows down. Now imagine never closing any of them. Eventually, the system struggles. The brain works similarly. Too many worries, too many responsibilities, uh, too little recovery, and eventually everything slows down. But wait, there is another symptom most people ignore. Burnout steals joy. Things you feel like used to love stop feel exciting. Your favorite hobbies, your favorite shows, like your favorite even spending people you care about, nothing feels the same. You don't necessarily feel sad. You just feel numb, and that's the biggest warning signs because humans aren't meant to operate under like constant pressure. We need recovery, we need rest, we need balance. And here is the good news. Burnout can be reversed. Burnout can be cured, but not by working harder, not by forcing motivation, and not by drinking another coffee. Recovery starts with something simple: rest, a real rest. Not scrolling social media for 3 hours, not watching videos while worrying about tomorrow. Real rest, sleep, walking outside, talking to friends, exercise, doing absolutely nothing for a while. Because your mind needs time to research. Think about professional athletes. The best athletes in the world don't train every hour of every day. They rest. Why? Because recovery creates performance. Without recovery, performance collapses. The same rules applies to life. If you never stop, you never recover. If you never recover, you eventually break. And here is the lesson that changed how I think. Modern society celebrates being busy. People brag about sleeping less, working longer, grinding harder, but very few people talking about sustainability and consistency. Anyone can sprint. The challenge is finishing the marathon. Success isn't about how hard you can push today. It's about how consistently you can move forward for years. Because what good is success? If you are too exhausted to enjoy it, what good is money if you lose your health? So, what good is achievement if you lose your happiness? So, burnout teaches us powerful lesson. Rest is not laziness. Recovery is not weakness. Talk, taking care of yourself is not selfish. It's necessary because you are not machine. Machines can run continuously, but humans cannot, and that's okay. In fact, the strongest people are the ones who never stop. The strongest people are the ones who know when to pause, when to recharge, when to recover before life forces them to. So if you're feeling exhausted lately, don't immediately blame yourself. And like yourself, ask a different question. Have I been carrying too much for too long? Because sometimes your body isn't failing you. Your mind isn't failing you. They are trying to protect you. They are asking for help. They are asking for rest. And maybe the bravest thing you can do today is slow down, take a breath, and remember that recovery is not a reward. Like you, recovery is not a reward you earn after success. Recovery is what makes success possible. And that is what I learned today. Please subscribe my channel. Thank you.